Well, this is arguably my favorite time of the year. A lot of you at home's favorite time of the year. We're getting very, very excited for Christmas, and it's here at CSN. You have a phenomenal opportunity in front of you now, but we don't have many of these because it's a limited edition licensed Coca-Cola collectible here. Okay, we're talking about the 2024 Classic Coca-Cola piece here. This is going to be individually numbered on the official packaging that you get with this at only $109 and 95 cents. I almost said $199. That wouldn't be a shock either.
Nope.
For what you're getting here. You can see the certificate of authenticity. There were only 1,500 of these, and we see the mintage here. We have example number 668. We got about 10% of that 1,500. So this will be the first, and this will be the last opportunity that you see these. You're going to need to go online or call the number that you've been calling for over 25 years you see on the screen.
Yep, and this can be the last Coca-Cola licensed product that we offer this year. We've had many items, and that's what's important to note. This is the most limited of anything we've been able to offer this year with Coca-Cola. We had the silver bars. There was definitely more than 1,500 of those in existence. We had the bottle caps.
Oh, yeah.
We had the vending machine with the silver Coca-Cola bottle. Each and every one of those on the worldwide issue, there was more than 1,500.
Yep.
I believe each and every one of those, we had more than 150 a
That's
set.
right.
So this is probably going to be the only time you have the opportunity to secure these. This will be the one and only weekend these are going to be available at only $109.95. This time of year, Coca-Cola over the years has become synonymous with the big man, with the Jolly St. Nick.
They've done a good job.
They didn't create Santa Claus,
Right.
but their early ads from, I think, starting in the 1930s, they kind of portrayed him as more of a happy, jolly guy.
Yeah.
The original depictions of Santa Claus, he kind of came across as a little bit grumpy.
Yeah, a little taller, slender, a little bit grumpier, you know.
But their advertisements is certainly synonymous with what, and this is, of course, Western civilization Santa Claus. What we know as Santa Claus is synonymous with Coca-Cola, and their early advertisements are very responsible for that. Some people think they created the modern Santa Claus. They didn't, but their advertisements certainly show him in a good light.
Well, they might as well have, Corey. I mean, in 1931, they launched their first winter Coca-Cola marketing campaign with Christmas and Santa Claus tied to that. So, you know, we're looking at a rendition from the early 50s. I believe it was 1952. And this is the gift for thirst. You see that on the front of this collectible. You'll see here, we'll show you that underneath the Coca-Cola logo. It will say the gift for thirst. So this is a rendition from there. You know, Coca-Cola was looking for ways to be enjoyed in the winter. Obviously a very popular summer drink. And so they started the campaign in the early 30s. This one being from the 50s. Actually, if you pan over, you'll see a nod to the original 1930s campaign on the reverse of this collectible. There's a little note to Santa Claus on there. Dear Santa, please pause here. And that was one of the very first winter Christmas Coca-Cola slogans.
The pause that refreshes.
The pause that refreshes.
So that was kind of why they leaned into Santa Claus was, you know, you think of it as a summer drink. When it's hot out, you want an ice cold fizzy Coca-Cola, and this was a way to kind of get it to be enjoyed during the holidays, to let you, you know, find yourself knowing, wow, I sure like Coca-Cola around the holidays. And of course, I think it's the most drank fizzy drink in the world today. I mean, some of the facts with Coca-Cola are astonishing. Obviously, the brand itself, it's one of the most recognizable logos around the world. And I believe they say it's like something like over 90% of the world can read or understand Coca-Cola and or recognize the branding itself. But I think the second most commonly known word in the world is okay, which that makes sense, you know, thumbs up, okay. But Coca-Cola, what was I saying before, Kevin? They say if you were to bottle up all of the Coca-Cola that's ever been drank in 8-ounce bottles, it would go to the moon and back 2,000 times.
It's unbelievable.
That's incredible.
Well, there's not enough to go around here, that's for sure. We talked about it. This is the most rare opportunity that we've brought you in this entire year. And we've been lucky and fortunate enough to bring you. The demand has always been there for Coca-Cola products. It has been there this year and each and every year in the past, but we've never had anything this limited. You're reading that on the screen correctly above that low price of $109.95. You're seeing it correctly. This is limited mintage of only 1,500. We know we have those families out there where mom and dad, grandma and grandpa are getting the stocking stuffers together for the entire family, which consists of, a dozen folks, that are going to need these in their stockings so nobody's left out. And you're going to need to get online, csnmint.com, or call the number on the screen you've been calling for over 25 years to secure yours now. We mentioned it. This will not be an opportunity. We'll see again. We're getting close. We're getting close to the holiday of Christmas here. These are available. These are in the warehouse. These will ship immediately. And you're going to want to take advantage of it now, as we said. I mean, just the classic Coca-Cola Santa in any rendition, but going back to the early years here, paying homage to the first 1930s on the reverse with that note to Santa Claus to pause here. The front you see here displayed on the screen, a gift for thirst, and that rendition. The artist who did this was actually made a career out of the Santa Claus and the winter Coca-Cola for over 30 years. And so he used actually a Friends for modeling, and then later on when they added children into the logos and things like that, the advertising actually used his own grandchildren. We're talking about grandchildren, how this is a great stocking stuffer and a gift to give them something so rare. Oh, and on top of that, it's absolutely pure fine silver, as pure as it gets, 99.99% pure silver. So you've got that intrinsic value there. You've got the rarity, you've got the notoriety of Coca-Cola, you've got each of these will be individually numbered on the certificates of the authenticity on the packaging. They've done a really nice job, put in a little section there to show who it's to and who it's from. You can see right there. We've got it zoomed in here, so you'll be able to write Corey, when you get one of these from me too, Kevin from Corey in there, and I'll know exactly which number I got, or how, I don't know how many you're going to give me, but I'll know exactly which numbers you do when I get my stocking from you. I'm sure you're grabbing a few of these. So, folks, you're going to have to act quick because Corey's got a long list he's going to have to fill too.
Absolutely. If you pulled the tree out last weekend after Thanksgiving, a few more weekends of Thanksgiving, I'd be a dead ringer for the big man himself. But thankfully, we just celebrate one day. But yeah, if you pulled out the tree, if you celebrate the holiday and you were decorating the tree, there's a very good chance if you're watching out there right now and you've got a tree up that you began decorating, you probably have a Coca-Cola ornament on there. My wife, that's her thing. She likes ornaments. We have a Coca-Cola ornament on our tree, hands down. If you've got the little Christmas village out, there's probably a Coca-Cola vending machine or a Coca-Cola sign in there somewhere. It's just synonymous with the holidays. And it's, you said it. This is the best time of year. $109.95 again. Only 1,500 of these for a worldwide issue.
We didn't get all 1,500.
We do not have all 1,500 at $109.95 on the limited editions that we were able to get our hands on. These absolutely will be a very quick sellout. I'll point out on the bottom of the screen, you see the 1-ounce silver snowman and the red truck here for the holidays as well. This is a limited edition collectible, which is actually a legal tender coin. You can see Queen Elizabeth on the reverse. And in that airtight plastic holder, there's a little loop on the top, which you can tie a ribbon to, actually make that an ornament by itself. Now those we've had a limited quantity on, not many of those left. We figured we'd put it on here with Santa. Those have been incredibly popular, the classic red truck for the holidays, and those are only $99.95.
Yeah, and like you said, there's not a lot of them left. It was kind of a last minute idea here to put these into, because this will be the first and final on the Coca-Cola and the final push on the Silver Snowman. So if you've been waiting, if you've been thinking about, I'll get that next weekend or next time I see the show or next time I get online at csnmint.com, do it now.